and welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison Clark and I'm a senior portrait and wedding photographer based out of Southern New Hampshire, and I'm also an educator for those who are just starting their own photography businesses and want to learn a little bit more on how to boost them. This week we are going to be covering all things social media. I have so many people in my DMs asking me about, how do I get to posting more consistently? I just don't know what to talk about. I don't know how to boost my Instagram game. So today I wanted to give you 3 tips on how to boost your Instagram game, kind of gain more followers, gain more clients in the process, and just get into posting a little bit more consistently on this totally free form of marketing. Tip number 1 for showing up more consistently is using a social media planning app. I use Planoly to schedule out all my Instagram posts. I typically do this every Monday and I will schedule them out for the week. And I use Planoly on my desktop and not on my phone because I think that the desktop version is a little bit better to use, a little bit more user-friendly, and so I will just sit down on Monday and I will plan out my Instagram posts for the week. I think this is kind of like when you're writing a college paper, and it's really hard when you first sit down to start writing, but then once you start writing, it all comes out and you can just kind of bang out the whole paper. And I think social media is kind of the same way. If you're trying to post once a day, every day, and you're always having to remind yourself to post on social media, you're gonna forget, you're gonna get stuck, you're gonna be like, I don't know what to write about, so I'm just not gonna post today. But if you're able to sit down and just chug them all out at the beginning of the week, then you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week, and you can actually get those gears turning and produce some valuable content. Tip number 2 for showing up more consistently on social media has to do with captions, because I find that a lot of photographers want to post and they have photos to share, but they don't know how to caption their photos appropriately to boost their engagement and to get their followers to, linger a little bit longer on their page. So when it comes to captioning, I always say that it's easier to think of captions in 3 different categories, and that is entertaining, educating, and inspiring. So let's say, for example, you're a senior photographer and one day you want to post a senior image and you will choose the category educating. So you're going to think about how you can educate your seniors. You could educate them on the pros and cons of having professional, or not really cons, the pros of having professional hair and makeup for their senior session. Or you can educate them on 5 tips for choosing outfits for their senior session, or something like that. You can just kind of give them a little bit of information to help them prepare, educate them, prepare them for their own sessions. And honestly, educating them will only enable them to trust you more if they haven't booked you already, because it can kind of show your expertise in the field. So educating could be one day that you post, and then another day you might want to inspire your seniors by posting this beautiful glowy image of this senior in a perfect flowy dress at sunset, and she got professional hair and makeup, and you can just chat about all the things that she did that were so amazing and inspire your seniors to kind of do the same and take a little bit of note from that senior. Or you can entertain them and just tell them a funny story about something that maybe went on in that session, or just something that happened to you in your daily life. I find that people can relate to you more on being a human than being a photographer. So if you're able to share those little tidbits about your life that people can relate to, then they're more likely to engage back with you on your posts, thus boosting yourself in the Instagram algorithm. So definitely don't skimp on the entertaining. Share funny stories, even if you think that people don't care about them. They do want to relate to you, they do want to engage with you, but you have to give them the chance to do so. So entertaining them is the way to go for that. So as long as you're thinking about those 3 categories and you're just kind of shuffling between them throughout the week, you should never run out of ideas for captions. My 3rd and final tip has to do with showing up on stories. I think a lot of photographers are sleeping on stories, and I think it's a super vital way to boost your Instagram engagement, get people to notice you, and kind of engage with your audience back. And this kind of ties into the last point that I made about how people can relate to you more on being a human than a photographer. So the more you're showing up on your stories, whether that just be you're talking to your camera and telling people what you're going to be up to that day, or maybe posting a picture of your dog on a walk, those little things throughout the day, kind of taking people behind the scenes of your business and behind the scenes of your life. People are more likely to engage with those and trust you more once they've seen your face, heard your voice. They'll feel like they know you a lot better. So they'll want to engage with you, they'll want to hire you, they'll want to follow you. So those are all really important things to think about when you are filming stories. I like to kind of hop on in the morning, tell them what I'm up to, show behind the scenes of editing, when I'm taking my dog for a walk. I'll use polls to get people to engage, or the little sliders or the question boxes, because the more that people will engage with you on your stories, the more Instagram will think that they like your account, so then your actual regular feed posts will show up more in their feed because they view you as a more important profile. So utilizing stories to gain engagement is definitely a big deal. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope that those 3 tips were super helpful for you and that you're able to use them to post more consistently and utilize social media, as it is the best form of free marketing. If this video was helpful to you, leave a like below and a comment. I love to hear from you guys, and if you have any further questions on social media, any things I talked about, or really anything else that might be related to photography or business, leave them in the comments below because I would love to answer them and I'd love to hear from you. So definitely don't sleep on those comments. My DMs on Instagram are also always open. I always respond to my DMs. So if you go over to Instagram and follow me at Allison Clark Photography, shoot me a message, let's connect and interact. I would love to hear from you there as well. Last but not least, if you're a senior portrait photographer who maybe has a pretty strong Instagram game and you're now looking for a way to kind of level up your client experience and your senior posing because your calendar is starting to fill up quickly, my free guide is linked in the description below, so definitely go snag it. It has my 6 best tips to help you slay your next senior session and kind of pose your seniors in a way that makes them feel confident and comfortable and natural, thus boosting their client experience. So all around an awesome free download, so go check it out in the description below. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next Friday when my new video comes out, and I hope you have a lovely weekend.